which is just like the one we made before, just in 3D. Then we have the lower third 3D, which can be good for displaying names in interviews. Then we have a rotate 3D, which rotates 180 degrees, and a scale 3D, which scales up and scales down again. And then we have a text spacing 3D, and last but not least, a tumble 3D, which is one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and add a title. I'm just going to choose the tumble 3D. So again, just like every other title, we have a few settings that we can adjust up in the inspector panel. Again, we have the option of choosing what we want the text to say. I'm just going to let that be for now. I'm also going to let the font be, and the size. Now let's go down to the interesting part, the 3D text. In here we can choose the depth of our title. We can actually make the letters really thick or really thin. I'm just going to let mine be at about 16. Then we can choose the depth direction, which basically doesn't do any difference, so I'm just going to let it be at centered. Then we can change the weight of the letters. We can either choose them to be thick or thin. And I actually like them pretty thin, but you gotta watch out that parts of the letters don't disappear, like so. So you gotta find the perfect balance. We can choose how we want the front edge to look. You can choose whatever you like. I'm just gonna choose groove. Then you can choose the front edge size. You can increase or decrease that. You can also change the back edge. I'm just going to keep mine the same as the front edge. And we can also change the inside corners. And I'm going to keep mine straight. Then we can also change the lighting settings. So where we want the light to come from, the intensity, and so on. I'm just going to keep mine as it is. So let's move on to something very cool, which is the material. In the material settings, you can create a completely new look for your 3D title just by changing the material. So if we click on the little arrow, we can choose between concrete, fabric, metal, paint, and so on. So for this one, I'm going to try metal, and I'm going to choose gold. We also have the option of changing the shininess. So if you want it to be a matte gold or a shiny gold, we can choose that. And we can also choose the thickness of our gold layer. So now that we're done adjusting the 3D title, let's play it back.